What I've done here is we've now created Fibonacci as a block. So I said make a block, and I put Fibonacci as a block. So if I wanted to call Fibonacci, I just go green flag and it'll call Fibonacci. But yeah, I'm not going to call Fibonacci right now, but we've got that as a block and it's saved under this same Scratch file, which I'll save somewhere on the shared drive. Anyway, now this next one we're going to go through how to reverse a word, and this is text manipulation. Now remember, you'll have other problem solving on how to encrypt. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to ask users. So again, if we go back to our Excel spreadsheet and we just define what we're wanting to do here. What we're wanting to do is we're wanting to go, okay, whatever word you type in, so if you type in hello, we want it to be typed out backwards. Now to define this, you first got to understand that a word is stored like this. It is stored, so there's an H in a position, then technically the H then points to the E character, or it's a small e, then L, then L, then O. So to say it backwards, all you really need to do is to do a countdown from the length of the word. So that's actually quite easy. We just go length of word and we minus minus. So we're going to create a variable called I. Well, that's pencil box. We don't want that open. Go away, pencil box. Then you'll see in the Scratch editor, so I'm going to create now another variable, and I'm going to call it I because I like to use I as a counter. Your choice for all sprites, not for any sprites. First, I want to start I. Now this is interesting. Where do we want to start our counter? Do we want to start it at 1 or do we want to start it at 5? 5. So actually we don't know what we want to start it yet because we actually need to ask the user for a word first. So we know we're going to need text. So we're going to create a variable called text for all sprites. We're going to set text to answer. So we're going to ask the user, which is under sensing, ask the user enter text and wait. And when the user enters text, we're going to set text to answer. Now, what do we want to set I? We want to set I to the length of answer, and you'll see under operators there's a function called length of. And under length of, we can say length of the variable text. So what will happen here is it will store the length of the text. So in this case, how long is the word hello? H-E-L-L-O. It's 5 characters long, so the length will be 5. So it starts at 5. So we now go control, we create a loop. Repeat until what?
Repeat until I is equal to
no, because I is starting at the backs.
Repeats until we have to create another variable.
No, because I is, in this case, I is going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when I gets to 0, you want to stop. So we're going to say, or I could just say, well, I is until I is less than 1. As soon as I becomes less than 1, we want to exit because there's no more characters before character 1. Do you guys get that? So we'll exit there. So now again, in this case, I'm going to make use of display. So I'm going to go set. Now here again, we are. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set display to. Now here's the big thing. First of all, remember you should always give variables default values. And in this case, I'm going to set my default value of display to be blank. So default value of display is nothing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say set display to join, because remember joining appends, so we're going to say join display followed by character there's an operator here, letter I of answer. Now literally this is a done. Now I can just go I could go motion sensing, sorry, ask. I could just now go display it, whatever. Let's just go looks, say display. Now you'll check here if I now run it and I say enter text hello and I run it. Why have I created an never-ending loop? Can you help me?
Because you haven't set display to answer.
No, nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with display. What haven't I changed?
Your variable, what's it said?
I.
Yeah.
I has not been changed. So therefore I should say change I by minus 1. So we're counting downwards. So I should have done that. Now when I run this, you'll check that enter text. If I now go hello, it'll go ole. Voila. Oh yeah. There is another solution to this, and I'm going to go through the other solution to this displaying backwards thing, and it's quite interesting. What if I started I at 1 and I ended it when it was greater than length of text, and instead of minusing 1 I plussed 1, and all I did is I swapped that around.
Something would happen.
So now I'm counting upwards, but instead of me, basically I'm putting the characters before the last character, so I'm just adding them in reverse. So I'm saying display is equal to letter I plus display at the end. So I'm appending display afterwards. So I'll show you that this does work. Hello, ole. So it works, but now basically instead of adding a display and then putting the character after, I'm putting the character before display. So what's literally happening is when I was counting down, I was literally saying get character I, then when I get character 4, I append it to the end of display. So if this is display, if I keep track of my variables and I've got display and I, in the first method it would have gone 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it would have gone display is equal to display plus the character, display is equal to display plus the character, sorry, display is equal to display plus the character, display is equal to display plus the character at I, and so then display is equal to display plus the character at I. Whereas if I go the other way around, the order of events kind of differs. I goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but now display goes it goes H, capital H, but it then says add, sorry, let me leave the other one open so you can see the difference between them. I'm going to now say the second alternative solution, it would do the following. I goes 1, 2, that's not how you spell 2, 3, 4, 5, but now it would go H. But then what it would do, display is equal to character at position I, so I is 2, which is E, and then plus display. It will then go display, sorry, it will go first character at position 3, which is L. Sorry, this was E. EH, yes, this is L. L, and then it would add the EH. Then here it would go L, L, EH. Then it would go O, L, L, EH. So you just see that it's basically just the difference of here you're appending it I, display plus I, the position I of the character I, and then here you're doing it the other way around. So there's two different ways of skinning the cat. But frankly, we shouldn't be skinning the cat, but there's two different ways of doing it. It is tricky, I understand as much, but that is the concept here. Goodbye.